The way she talks to her mom, which I know that there's like all of this trauma,
so much trauma
and stuff that we don't know about.
Trauma. Rage and trauma.
Hey Petty Pumpkins, we're back with a brand new video in our tier ranking horror movie characters series. This time we are talking all things body swap horror with 2020's Freaky.
Also known as one of the best horror movies of the decade so far.
I would say so. It is simply a classic, for me at least, in the Petty Pumpkins household.
Freaky is our Bible.
Freaky is my mommy and my daddy.
Yes. The Butcher is daddy, Millie is mommy.
Truly.
We love them, they take care of us. First off, if y'all have not seen Freaky yet, it is on HBO Max.
Yes.
Go watch it immediately and then run back here because these characters are so fun. And I feel like this is going to be such a fun video because this story is just so like insane and the characters are giving so much.
And they're fun to root for, they're fun to hate. They're just a bunch of fun.
That's how really I would describe this movie. This is one of the most fun movies I have ever seen in my life.
Oh, truly. Whenever I saw the trailer for this back, 2 years ago, and we were like, wow, we're getting a Friday the 13th that's not centered around Jason. Love it.
Love it.
Millie is the new Mrs. Voorhees.
Oh.
Okay.
Millie puts Mrs. Voorhees to shame. I'm
Truly.
sorry, but Millie would kick that bitch's ass, and we all know it.
I think she could. I think she could take it.
My money is on Millie all day. Okay, so if y'all are not familiar with how we do these tier rankings in the Petty Pumpkin household, this is how it goes. First off, top tier is No Choice But to Stan. These are the cream of the crop, the most stan-worthy characters that we love oh so much. Next, we have Slays, which means they're pretty great, maybe don't deserve to be completely top tier, but we still have a lot of admiration for them. Next is Had Potential, which speaks for itself, could have been better, could have been worse. Next is Not Our Fave, which are the people that we don't necessarily love, but we don't just completely hate them. And last we have Loathe Entirely, which is just where we put all of the people that we fucking hate. And that's the tiers. I've been wanting to talk about this movie for so long. So happy Friday the 13th, y'all, and let's get into it.
So first up, we have the Blissfield Butcher. I think the Blissfield Butcher slays.
Oh. See, that's so crazy because my mind immediately went to Loathe Entirely. I was like, I hate this man. He smells bad.
He does.
He is mean to Millie, who we love so much. I hate him, honestly.
Here's the thing. Our slays category does serve as a double entendre, so he's literally a butcher. Like, he slays these people. He puts them to their death. I think he slays. And I think that Vince Vaughn did a good job portraying both aspects of the butcher. We have, like, the butcher as the butcher and then the butcher as Millie.
See, okay, actually, I do think she slays only because now that I'm thinking about it, the butcher as Millie is fucking iconic. And at that point, I'm rooting so hard for the butcher to fucking murder everyone in Millie's body.
Yeah.
So no, you changed my mind. Butcher slays. Okay, and next we have the queen of Friday the 13th herself, Millie Kessler.
She's going in No Choice But to Stan.
I am a fucking piece.
I don't know where you thought she was gonna go, but she's going straight to the top.
Yes.
Millie is a fucking piece.
I was about to say, she is everything to me. Everything that you could ever want in a final girl, Millie is. She's funny. She has compassion. She is sweet. She is a badass. Even at the end, like, obviously, she has an arc that you can relate to and root for. And then at the end, she's just so fucking cool. And she's a fucking piece, like you said.
Truly, she also is very relatable with, like, the family trauma that's going on. Millie just is such a sweetheart who is almost done horribly wrong.
Yes, it's so sad.
Luckily, she turns it around with a little help from her friends.
And she's so smart, too, because obviously it's very hard to get her friends to trust her when she's in the butcher's body. And she uses her brains to do the little, what is it, the cheer? It's like because she's the mascot, so obviously she knows the dances and stuff.
When our beavers come to fight, feel our glory and our might. Yeah?
And then they also have the secret handshake, so you know, she used her brains. I love the scene where Millie in the butcher's body is chasing Josh and Nyla, trying to get them to just like listen to what she has to say.
Oh,
and they're like in the cafeteria just like throwing everything they could find. I loved it.
Stop hitting me!
That's one of my favorite scenes.
Next up, we have Miss Word Police herself, Nyla, Queen and Legend. I think I have no choice but to stand.
Oh, I stand.
I'm sick. Fuck are you?
To me for a second.
We see
She's
her
a
at the
good
beginning.
friend.
She's trying to like help Millie work through her dad's death and everything. Although she is a little pushy because she's kind of like, you need to get over it. It's been a year. And I'm just like...
We see you, Billy Loomis.
Emma, my mom.
Sid, I think you need to just deal with that and move on.
And maybe that was the point. I don't know. But ultimately, Nyla is so funny. She's so stylish. I think the actress is really funny. I
she's
just like
stunning.
watching her facial expressions. My eyes are immediately drawn to Nyla every time she's on screen. I love her. I stan. All right, next we have Josh, who I definitely fucking stan.
No choice but to.
You're black! I'm gay! We are so dead!
Josh 8.
Josh is maybe... I was gonna say my favorite character in this movie. I don't think he is because I love Millie so much, but I feel like it's kind of unfair when, you know, obviously you're supposed to care so much about the main character, so like her aside, Josh is the best character in this movie to me.
Josh, personally, is one of my favorite characters due to the representation that we're getting from them. It's not often in horror that we get characters that maybe people might find stereotypical, but I actually found Josh to be more relatable.
Josh talks like we talk to each other.
So
I think that's probably
love
why
that.
we like Josh so much. It's just very easy to identify with him as a character. So, and those one-liners, he has so many good lines in this film. I just always think about the black wiener. Like, I think about that every day.
Well, you know what? I think about it too. So next up we have the 4 opening characters. We are about to cover the quick little screen time that they get before they are all slaughtered
Quick
and
but
butchered
iconic.
to death.
Yes. Okay, so first up we have Little Miss Sandra, who is brutally terrorized. I mean, they all are, but like...
She gets her brains bashed in by a fucking toilet seat. Tell me about a shittier experience, okay? I think that she had potential.
I mean, she had a really great scream. I have to say I was very impressed with the scream quality, so I would love to get her in another movie where she's screaming more.
Yeah.
But yeah, out of the 4 main opening people, I feel like she kind of has the least amount of personality.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Well, speaking about personality, we have Isaac, who deep throats a bottle of wine. So we love tact and skill.
Yes. Welcome to the club.
I'm gonna say slays. Just for that reason alone.
Sure. I mean, what other reason do you need to give someone a reason to be put in slays? There's none.
Okay, so next up we have Evan, who sadly gets a tennis racket through his head.
Evan is very much I feel like he's kind of the stereotypical horny teenager that we always have in a horror movie. That's like all he cares about is getting fucked.
Yeah.
And he got fucked alright, but not the way he was wanting. That was also very brutal, by the way.
Truly, just never seen anything like it.
Love the creativity of the kills in this movie. Like, what movie can you say that you watched where someone died by getting their head smashed with a toilet seat, getting a wine bottle shoved through their fucking throat, tennis racket through the head? Like, what?
The list is never ending.
It never stops. There's even more to come that we haven't talked about yet. I say had potential. Well, actually, not our fave. I feel like I really didn't. I didn't like him.
Actually, I didn't dislike him.
I'm not putting him any higher than had potential. I didn't really care for him.
Sure, not our fave.
Okay. And last we have the star of the opening herself, Ginny.
She thought she knew everything about the Blissfield Butcher, but she didn't know he was about to come wreck her shit. Okay.
Yeah. I have some words for you, Ginny. You didn't wait at all for him to leave. When she was hiding, if that was me, I would have been in there for hours before I would be willing to come out. And she waited like 30 seconds. If that. I remember like seeing this movie in theaters being like, what the fuck, Ginny? So I think she slays. I don't think I can stand because she has a lot of pizzazz and personality, and she really popped the most out of the 4 of them to me.
Yeah.
But I can't stand.
No,
She made
she
too big of a mistake.
She slays.
Yeah, she slays.
I think someone else who slays is probably Sharp.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like Sharp. She just, I mean, at the end, like by the end, she's fine, but she just is so dry and hard to like warm up to.
I mean, she protects her mom and her sister. She does the familial thing to do.
Right.
She lived up to her potential. Like, I don't hate the girl. So,
I feel like I'm like constantly rolling my eyes at her when she's on the screen. With her tude, she has such a tude.
She is there to be like an obstacle.
I know. And like, I do like the scene with Nyla, where they're in the police station. Like, that scene is very exciting. But just like seeing her at home and the way she talks to her mom, which I know that there's like all of this trauma,
so much trauma
and stuff that we don't know about.
Trauma. Rage and trauma.
When you watch someone like talk to their mom that way, it's kind of hard.
Well, then maybe she had potential.
I feel like she met her potential though. I say slays. I think that I'm okay with putting her in slays, but we'll see how I feel in 10 minutes.
Okay. Next up, we have Coral, Millie's mommy. No choice. But
No! Really?
She makes me cry.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to share all that with you. You're trying to buy a polo, for God's sake.
That scene in the dressing room is heartbreaking.
She
I
makes
know.
me cry in the dressing room. She is going through a moment, and
I know.
she will recover.
I know.
She is there.
It's
she's actually not there. Hold on.
No, I was gonna say she is to blame
on.
for all of this happening because she didn't go pick up Millie.
She didn't. She had potential.
I can't stand.
Meanwhile,
she had potential.
I want to put her in our fave. I don't know. No, I don't think had potential.
Oh my god, damn. You love Millie, but you said fuck her family.
I mean, I'm sorry. Her family gets on my fucking nerves half of this movie. I'm sorry, Millie. I love you, but your family is fucking annoying sometimes.
Let's just agree that she had potential because she is constantly letting the girls down. But, you know, she does want to be a good mom.
Okay, I agree. She has potential to be a good mom, but right now she's a little shaky.
Okay. Mr. Daniels, on the other hand.
Hey,
no
Mr.
choice
Daniels.
but to stand.
Yes.
Him and his black wiener.
Yes.
We love it.
We're living for it, always. What else is there to say?
Okay, so we forgot to cover Ginny's mom and dad. Let's backtrack a little. Ginny, she's hanging up on the wall with a spear through her.
So, the most brutal of all, really.
Yeah, and you know, it's really like the parents coming home, like the homage to Scream. I love that Ginny got her moment. But do we stan her parents more than her?
I mean, I think her parents slay. I thought, okay, obviously it was very Scream. I know that was the intention, but like, I thought that they brought just as much camp as Casey Becker's parents did. And I was living for that.
I mean,
maybe not as much, but close. No one can reach Mrs. Becker quality to me. Like, that performance is incredibly
we love a nice backtrack.
But I think they slay.
I think they slay too.
Okay.
Next up we have Booker.
Booker? Booker, look at me. He's crazy.
Okay, Booker, can you look at me, please?
No
Easy.
choice but to stand.
Yeah, so easy.
Hello.
He's such a sweetie.
He truly is just like the high school boyfriend you wish you had.
Oh.
He's like charming, he's sweet, he's poetic.
He's sensitive.
He really knows what a girl wants.
Yes. To me, the scene that always sticks out is when him and Millie, who is in the butcher's body, are in the car and they start kissing.
They do make out.
You're still Millie to me.
I loved that part. But really, he's just so likable. Next, we have Ryler.
I'm gonna go pee, and when I get back, you're either spilling the tea or I'm out.
Ooh.
I say loathe entirely.
Honestly, I am having trouble.
I know.
Because here's the thing.
We could stand.
Ryler is the girl that you have to be friends with, otherwise she's literally blackmailing you and sending out like all your nudes and hacking all your accounts. But I really loathe her. Like, you know, I loathe this girl, but the character of Ryler is pristine. She is wicked. She's the antagonist of your nightmares.
Well, when we were rewatching this time, something about her I did pick up on is that she's a little investigative reporter.
Oh, yeah.
She takes the opportunity of Millie almost dying to get the tea, cozy up to someone who is, you know, famous in their little small town right now. Or not famous, but like, all eyes are on Millie right now. She's trying to get the tea. She's like, are you trying to figure out if she's like a lesbian? Like, literally just...
Something else happened last night, didn't it? You can totally tell me. I'm like the most trustworthy person.
That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
Yes, exactly. It's hard because I do want to put her at the bottom, but I feel like I could stan Ryler because sometimes I can just stan a fucking bitch. Maybe we should put her in Slays.
I think she slays.
Yeah.
You know, she's that bitch, but she's also that frozen bitch.
Yeah. Oh my god, and that too, like, I don't know if that's realistically possible.
Here's the thing.
Her,
honestly, Ryler's death seems to be one of the most unrealistic deaths I have ever seen in any horror movie, but I still am here for it.
Oh, we love it every time. Incredible.
Next up, we have Mr. Bernardi. Loathe entirely.
100%. Who?
What a prick. Grossest, most unlovable character.
Yes, unethical. Like, it's just so confusing how, like, you can't berate someone that their project isn't ready when it's 3 days early.
He gave her a literal due date and then expected her to do it before.
3 days early. I get infuriated every time I watch that scene because he is just so fucking annoying. And I know that that's the point, but when I tell you my heart palpitates and the blood inside of my veins starts raging, it's because of him.
I would definitely agree. I love when Millie, as the Blissfield Butcher, saws him right in half because that's what he fucking deserves.
Yes. He really gets exactly what he deserves. They build it up because he's such a hateable character that it's like he has to have a great death to live up to how horrible he's been.
Yeah.
And he definitely lived up to it. Next we have the king of my heart, my daddy, my grandfather, my sugar daddy, Scooter Coggins.
Scooter,
what's his name?
Cooter.
Cooter Scriggins.
I love your face.
Boy, I don't know what kind of sugar you're getting with that.
There's one specific type of sugar that I'm talking about with Mr. Scriggins. Anyways, I don't really know where to put him because he's hilarious, but I'm so scared of this man. If I saw him on the street and he approached me, I would just run away screaming.
And for that, I'm gonna say he slays.
Yeah. I want to put him in Slays, I think.
I think so. I mean, look.
He really is so funny. He just wants some drugs. Okay, next we have Senora Cayenas. She slays?
I think so.
I mean, listen, she did what she had to do. She showed up. She
taught them Spanish?
Yeah, she taught them Spanish, even though Josh is in Spanish for 3 years. He should have been able to read and transcribe, but whatever.
She does save the day, truly.
Yeah, no, she really does. Like, honestly, I feel like I could stand.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to?
I kind of do.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Last but definitely not least, we have Mrs. Detmer.
I've been slinging peanuts to assholes all week. I don't have time for this.
No choice but to say.
Yeah, I don't think there's a really conversation about this one either.
She's very accepting of her son. We
Yes.
love that. We love that she knows he's not straight.
Yes, that's my favorite part. The scene between her, Millie, the butcher, and Josh is my favorite scene in this movie. It's so funny. They're all giving peak comedy performances, especially Catherine Newton as Millie, which we're not talking about her anymore, but like, I was living. It was so funny.
So good.
Mrs. Detmer, we love her. We love a progressive woman who cares about her LGBT son. And a scream queen. You know, she gets a little action too.
She does. She gets some knife action.
Yes.
There's some good shots of her holding that big butcher knife. We stand.
And when she saw that Millie was tied up, her first instinct is to help. Which that says a lot about Josh's mom, I think.
We love a motherly instinct.
Yes. We love a mom who tries to come to the rescue but ends up making everything so much worse.
Yeah. So now comes the most fun part, which is we are about to rank these from our most loathed character to the most standable. So loathed entirely, we have Mr. Bernardi.
That's crazy. Only one person that we completely despise in this movie, and you're supposed to hate him. So they did their job. Good job, guys.
Right. Next, we have not our fave Evan. I don't hate him. You hate him, so
I don't hate him. I just don't love him like you apparently do.
I don't love him either. I just think he gets a cool death. And
I mean, they all do. Is that the criteria in here? I just feel like there's not much to say about him.
There's not.
He showed up, he tried to get fucked, he didn't, he died. That's the story.
Well, he did get fucked, he just didn't finish.
Right.
Which is
honestly worse.
terrible.
But anyways. Alright, so we have two and had potential. This seems pretty obvious to me. One of these characters we know so much about, and the other one we don't know anything about.
Let's say Coral is...
Yes.
She had more potential.
Coral Kessler, on the up and up.
Truly.
You know, she, especially now, hopefully she's going to be in a good spot, reconnected with her daughters, and maybe come Freaky Death Day, she can go into No Choice But to Stand.
She has a redemption arc coming.
And we're ready for Freaky Death Day. Yeah. So, lots of characters up here.
I'm going to say that Cooter can stay last.
Really? I feel like...
I guess the
parents.
The parents.
Yeah,
okay,
the parents
so
last.
the parents can go last.
Oh, Cooter. He's so cute, though.
Poor Cooter. Do we love Cooter asking for drugs? Or do we love Isaac deep-throating a wine bottle?
So, I feel like out of all of these, I honestly want to put Ryler first. Or behind the Butcher, if not. But I think that Ryler should be top 2.
Let's put Isaac under Cooter.
Yeah, I agree.
And we can put Ginny, Char.
I feel like I want to put Ginny under Cooter.
That's fine. At least Cooter
He's going to end up making it to the top of the list here.
Look, Cooter did what he had to do.
I love him. I would personally put Cooter above Char, but... Char has a lot more character development, so I could understand if we leave her above him. But personally, I don't know if I would.
Maybe you've been hanging out with Cooter a little too much. I think the Blissfield Butcher deserves to slay.
Okay, I guess. So here, I feel like, unfortunately, Mr. Daniels probably goes last.
I think so. He's in the movie for like 4 seconds.
But he was memorable.
He did.
We loved him. And then I would probably put Senora.
Yeah.
And then probably Josh's mom.
Josh's mom, Booker.
I think I would put Josh above Nyla.
I'm going to put Josh above Nyla for sure.
Yeah. Josh kind of just stood out to me more. I feel like he had more personality. He had all the one-liners. He had the quips, whereas Nyla was more just like the cool, laid-back friend. So I think that's why his character pops to me a little bit more.
Truly. Yeah.
And then, of course, Millie, the fucking piece, as number 1.
She did that.
There was never an option for her to not be number 1.
Well, I mean, we knew going in she was number 1. So.
Millie, you're Blissfield's victim. We love you.
And I feel like for us, a lot of times we don't put the main character first in any movie. We always like the side characters more.
Yeah, we like the more obscure characters that everyone hates.
Yeah.
So
it's part of our charm. But Millie just takes this movie and runs away with it.
I think so. Down in the comments below, let us know what you thought of our freaky tier ranking. We want to know how freaky your tier ranking is.
As always, make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe to Petty Pumpkins.
Yes. Also, please follow us on all social media at Petty Pumpkins. We want to spill the tea with you.
Thank you so very much for watching.
We love y'all.
Stay spooky.
Hell's under new management now.
I like my pumpkin spice lattes extra hot.
I am going to eat your soul.
Sorry, I'm not into short guys.